Good morning, everyone. Everyone out there in the YouTube community and all YouTubers. How's everybody doing this morning? I'm hanging in there, but I got a feeling that I wouldn't be up. Well, right now, maybe by 10 o'clock I would be up. But my son called me up early this morning. I was in the bed, because like I said, I have a problem with the sleeping thing. And so he had called me up, and I was going to try, and you know how you try to lay back down and try to get back to sleep, and it doesn't happen, so you just get on up and, do something. And so that's what I did. But I'm still feeling a little sluggish this morning. But I decided that I had to come up here and talk to the YouTube community. And so, how y'all doing, YouTube community and all YouTubers? I haven't been up here in over a week. Now, that's a long time for me. But I sort of been busy, been hanging out, doing this, doing that, and the third. And matter of fact, I'm still into my crocheting thing. And let me show you what I've been, got lotion all up in these fingernails. And I cut them down, y'all, the other day. Because, see, once they start breaking off, that's what I'm saying about, nails, doing your nails. They break, and once they start breaking off, then you got to cut the other ones down so that they'll look presentable, so to speak. But anyway, here's no, it's not the same cover. In fact, if I was to hold them up together, matter of fact, let me get it so you can see the difference. I guess run right here, y'all, right there, and I'll be right back. I'm coming right back, y'all. I'm coming right back. I'm back, almost. I'm almost back. Here I is. You see the difference? Now, when I actually went to this is the one that was made before, okay? This is the one I'm working on now. Can you see the difference? See it? See it? Okay, this is the better looking one. This is the one that I used to call ugly when I was, oh no, I got it hooked onto this gunbound belt. I had a belt on, y'all. What am I doing with a belt on? Oh, shit. I almost cussed, y'all. Couldn't help myself. I had to can't help it. But anyway, I've been crocheting. Matter of fact, this one, I don't even know if I got enough yarn. I got enough maybe for 3 more rounds, and that's about it. So it's going to be probably about the size of a baby blanket. But I'm still crocheting, y'all. That's what I love to do. I love it. I love to crochet. And anyway, so I got on up out of the bed this morning. And I had to take my trash out because I had a whole trash, a whole lot of, what you call them, fruit flies or whatever those things are. But to me, somehow or another, they look different than they normally look. These little things look kind of black looking. I'm like, let me get these things out of here. Because I was going to take them out yesterday. Excuse me. I had an appointment at my foot doctor yesterday. And when I got back home, I was lazy. I didn't want to do nothing. And even though I had my trash, basically I had it all together. But I refused to take it out. And so this morning, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my trash out. Then I'm going to go over to my office and get my farmer's market vouchers. Well, I took the trash out. And then I was on my scooter. I was not walking, trust me. Walking away from that trash, that dumpster, over there to my office. My back would have been hurting me, y'all. But anyway, so I went to the office, and my office is closed on Friday. Oh, why didn't the secret yarn? Oh, why am I getting notifications while I'm on talking to my YouTube community? But Anyway, I guess I must have my notifications on. But anyway, I went to the office. They're closed on Friday, which I had told her I was going to stop by yesterday after I got through with my uh, uh, foot doctor's appointment. Of course, once you know you're through with that appointment, you're upset a little bit because your ride didn't come. I went in there. I went to my doctor's office. My appointment was at 2:15 in the afternoon, the p.m. And my driver, they picked me up, basically just about on time, about quarter of two. And as soon as I got to my doctor's office, I didn't even have time to sit down to get you wait in the waiting room. I didn't have time to get the seat warm. They called me in there. And you know how they normally have you sitting in that waiting room for a long time? You in there twiddling your thumb, wondering when the doctor's going to come in? Bump. I was in there maybe 5 minutes and talking to the prep person. There's a person that comes in and asks you a few questions and tear this gauze or whatever that is they're doing and put some alcohol on that and put it on your foot, until the doctor came in. And the doctor came in immediately. I wasn't even in there 15. I was out of there, out of the doctor's, through with my appointment by 2:30. And my ride is not supposed to pick me up, y'all, until 3:30. I got an hour wait. But I said to myself, I'm going to call them. And so I called them immediately when I realized I had all this time, waiting on my hand. And they didn't answer my phone. They got, to press the 1 and the dot and, and feedback if you want to do the survey or something. I don't know what they be talking about, y'all. Half the time, I just be listening for my prompt. But anyway, I sat there and listened to their terrible music. You know how they play that music. I don't know what makes them think that, the caller, me, the caller, wants to hear their music. Just don't put nothing on. Just let me sit there and wait like I used to do, 20 years ago. I'm old school anyway. I didn't know, a whole lot of electronico and all that kind of blah, blah. But anyway, they never did come to the phone after I held on for so long. Other people was coming out of the, doctor's office and they was into the waiting room and their ride is showing up and they're leaving. I felt like a complete, what? I felt like nobody cared for me. Why me? This is what I'm saying to myself. Why me? Everybody else is going, their ride is coming, but mine is not. But they weren't waiting for, like medical transportation. I was waiting for medical transportation to pick me up. And so finally, medical transportation picks me up. I think it was about 3:45 when they picked me up. I couldn't believe my luck yesterday. This is horrible. I never had to wait for a ride, that long. Even if I got out early, all I had to do was call them. And maybe 10 minutes, because they usually have some drivers dropping people off all over the place, and they have some in the area. As a matter of fact, this guy was telling me that he was over there by the hospital with no calls. He came all the way from the hospital to pick me up, and I'm out there, I'm quite a ways from the hospital. That's where my foot doctor is. So it was quite a ways. I'll say about 15 minutes, ride, or maybe 15, maybe 20. 15, I guess. I'll say 15. Depends on the traffic. And that's where he said he was coming from. And he was in a talkative mood. He wanted to talk to me. Hello. Well, my spirit lifted a little bit, so I gave him a little conversation. I had never had him before. He was sort of young, but, not real young. And so we talked all the way home. By this time, after I got home, I was sort of feeling a little bit better. But the thing is, I'm hungry. I got to find me something to eat. Now don't you just hate that? You don't have any food that's ready. So I like my food to be ready. When I'm ready, I want my food to be ready. And my food was nowhere ready. And so I ate junk. I didn't eat this though, because I went to the store. When did I go to the store? I went to the store later on. Later on after I got home. And I was eating junk food. I think I had some popcorn and what else did I have? I had half a peanut butter sandwich, which was good. Matter of fact, that's what I'm going to eat in a few minutes. I forgot to take some bread out the freezer. But I had it, just to kill that hunger because I was very hungry by the time I got out of there. Because the only thing I had was, breakfast. I figured, hey, I'll wait until I get back to the house. And then I thought about ordering out, but then I said, no, that ain't going to work because everything you order these days tastes like crap. Food just don't taste the same to me. Something's going on with me anyway in that department. Excuse me, y'all. Trying to help my throat clear, help my throat to stop scratching or doing whatever it does. Get that frog out of there. But anyway, y'all, I can't stay away from the YouTube community all that long anymore. So I'm going to be hanging in here. I'm checking in. I'm going to just call this a check-in. I'm checking in, y'all. Let y'all know what's going on in my life, which is nothing. I live a very, very dull life. Nothing exciting. I haven't even been shopping or nothing this week. But I did go Friday. Was it Friday? Thursday or Friday? I don't know. Me and my sister were out. And this is what I bought. We went downtown to get some sandwiches, where we had went before. It's like a little sandwich shop, but, they sell a lot of little stuff in there. Candy, potato chips, and, the works. And we went on there. I met her downtown, and we hung out downtown for a little while. Matter of fact, I was making a video when I was downtown. But the video was horrible, because you can't just videotape people. And there were a lot of people down there on the green that day. But we went over to the grocery, not the grocery, but the pharmacy. And I bought me the one that I'm wearing now. As a matter of fact, I just put it on so I could get up here on the YouTube community to show y'all my new thing. Okay? Now, this is by, I don't know if you can see the name, see if I can get it to folk. Oh, you're going to see it backwards anyway. Revlon. Revlon has got to be, it's been around as long as I can remember. So it might be as old as I am. It's got to be. It's got to be at least old as I am. As a matter of fact, when I was in New Jersey, I worked at Revlon. I worked at Revlon for 2 weeks because I was waiting for my transfer from my job, the telephone company to come through because I had moved, down in New Jersey. I hated New Jersey. I think I said that before. But anyway, I worked at Revlon. And when you work at Revlon, you do not carry a purse. You could carry a little clear bag. I can't remember. I think they used to give them to you. The little ladies, ladies have to have certain things they got to have in their purse. At that time, I smoked cigarettes. I used to have a little lipstick. It's like a pouch, a little, something like this here to put your little stuff in. And it had to be clear, it had to be a see-through. You would not have a pocketbook like this. This is a no-no at Revlon. You don't have this at Revlon. Because, of course, they don't want you walking out of there with their products. And but somebody probably still found a way to get it out of there. But I wasn't thinking about nothing like that. I bought some stuff. Because they had like a little, what do you call it? A little store? A little, what do you call that when an employee? Well, whatever. Anyway, so a little place, they had products in there. You could go in there and you could buy them. And then you would get like a 10% or something like that off. Off your purchase, like an employee discount. And I bought a few things when I was working there for that 2 weeks. As a matter of fact, one of the girls, a friend of mine that lived down the street from me, had wanted me to bring her something. As a matter of fact, I think I brought it to her, but it seemed to me that she never did pay me for it. She told me to bring her something. But you think the person's going to pay you, and they think like, just bring me, thank you. That's not the way it works. Now, especially doing it at that time, I had 3 children. And she said, thank you. Oh, what? Pay up, Jack. I don't think she ever paid me, but that's okay. But that's neither here nor there, y'all. Might as well forget it, right? After how many years? Over 40-some years. Yeah, it should be over 40-some years because my youngest daughter was born in New Jersey. And she's in 47. Well, don't talk about her age. She don't want nobody to talk about how old she is. Well, you know what? I'll try to let her know that, you should be proud of how old you are. How old you've been here on this earth because, you're here by the grace of God, actually. And if you don't get old, what's going to happen? You're going to die young. So let's put it to you like this here. What you want to do? You want to die young or you want to get old and get some wrinkles like myself? Yeah, or you want to just die beautiful. Why you still beautiful? You want to go to greener pastures? Anyway, why am I going there, y'all? But anyway, as I was working at Revlon, it was so hot. I mean, it was like burning up hot in there. We used to get a break every hour. We got to goof off, I think, every hour. I don't know if it's a 5-minute break, a 10-minute break. We got to goof off. You could smoke a cigarette, eat, whatever you wanted to do every single hour. That's how hot it was up there. And this little writing right here, see this writing on here on this little tube or whatever this is. Okay, this is called screening. You got to put it on a machine and it screens it on there. That's how that stays on the product bottle. And I used to screen a little bit. I did quite a few little things in those 2 weeks, because they had a lot of things you had to do. Sometimes you had to work with the lipstick tube and fingernail polish tube, fingernail polish bottles. Because you used to have that screening, whatever color it was, and the manufacturer's name and all that. And so, matter of fact, when the fingernail polish bottles, they were empty when they come to you, they empty, and then you gotta screen them on this machine, to get the name and everything on it. And then there's this conveyor that you put it on, and it goes through an oven. That oven, I think, is over 900 degrees or something. It's up there because, that enamel or whatever that is they put on there has to be baked on there. Now, you can imagine. That's why it was so hot. You could actually see, because you had to put the nail polish bottle or whatever product, that you were using at that particular time. You could see it go through that oven, and it was like hot. And I said, this must be what a crematorium is, because it was piping hot up in there. And as a matter of fact, it was so hot up in there until one girl got electrocuted while I was working there. Now, I don't know if she died. I think she may have lived. Because those big fans like this, they blow big old fan that stands on the floor. And she had moved this fan because I guess she was so hot. She was on a different floor from me. I think she was on the first floor. And she had moved the fan and got herself electrocuted because the fan was not grounded properly. Freak accident. And they say that girl turned white. She was a black girl. So she turned just as white as snow. I said, wow. I was working there, but I didn't, didn't actually see it. Our word travel, news travels through the, workplace. And I said, wow, that's unfortunate. But I do believe she did live, but there's no way you could probably be right, back like you were after that. I don't know, the only thing I do, I know everybody would say, the only thing we could do is pray for her. That was it. But anyhow, after that, after the 2 weeks was up, I got my job back from my telephone company came through. They called me. I was glad because it was hot in there, I needed the money. That's why I was there. I needed it. I definitely needed the money. I had 3 kids. And, one on the way later on, came on later on. I was still young at that time. But anyway, y'all, I don't know why I'm boring y'all with that. There's a gnat. I just seen one, y'all, fly across here. I don't know where he went. But anyway, I'm about to close the video, y'all. I've been up here yakking for 20 minutes. Where does the time go when you're having fun with the YouTube community? Talk to you next time. So long.